Hello and welcome once again to Region Weather Live, your online YouTube source for weather across the Dakotas and Minnesota. I'm meteorologist Brad Warner, and well, we're taking a look at this little storm in north central North Dakota that's just been persisting all through the evening and early parts of Tuesday night here. This thing's just been rolling along, but it actually had a tornado warning associated with it earlier. This is actually a picture from Josh Fry on Twitter. It's at Central DAC SWXC, and you can see the funnel kind of forming down here by Landa, which is just kind of to the north of Minot. And if you take a look real close, you can actually see just a little bit of dust being spun up there. So I went ahead and retweeted it, so go ahead and check out my Twitter at RegionWX, and also give him a little love, give him a little heart to retweet it as well for finding that funnel cloud, that brief touchdown up in north central North Dakota tonight. Elsewhere, we have still some showers remaining in the southeastern parts of Minnesota that will be moving out later on tonight. And then just a few other areas, one cell kind of approaching Pier, and then just a few light showers across far northern parts of Minnesota. Now that area, north central part of North Dakota, may actually move east and make it to the Devil's Lake Basin around midnight, and then cross on over into Minnesota by the early portions of Wednesday morning before they kind of die off. And then you also notice those areas down in the southeastern parts of Minnesota move off to the east as well. Now, as we get into the afternoon on Wednesday, you can see temperatures rebound nicely into the 70s and some 80s down to the far south. And meanwhile, we actually get an increase in CAPE values. That's the convective available potential energy you've been hearing me talk so much about through the afternoon hours as well. And with those, you can see the Storms Prediction Center, the SPC, actually put out a marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow. And that's mainly due to hail, to the possibility of some severe hail during the afternoon hours. And you can see around that 2 to maybe 3 o'clock time frame, some storms may develop into eastern parts of North Dakota, northern parts of Minnesota, and move eastward through the afternoon. Now, when I say severe hail, the criteria for severe hail is 1 inch in diameter or greater, and 1 inch is the size of a quarter, essentially, and that's what it takes to issue a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, with that said, I would not be completely surprised if somewhere within this region would have a brief tornado warning or a tornado report during the afternoon hours or early evening hours on Wednesday. I think it's highly unlikely, yet, as I said, it wouldn't completely shock me either, given how the atmosphere is set up. Once we get into the overnight hours, we're kind of in between system one more time, and finally that big low begins to exit out of the Rockies, and here comes the rain across North Dakota, northern parts of South Dakota, as it moves on east throughout the early morning hours of Thursday and into the afternoon as well. Now, we do know, once again, the CAPE values rebound across southern parts of Minnesota, eastern South Dakota, and they rebound pretty good. I mean, we're talking CAPE values over 3,000 joules per kilogram, and that's quite a bit of CAPE for severe storms down in the southern parts of Minnesota. And so while rain is falling throughout the day across North Dakota and northern parts of Minnesota, later in the afternoon on Thursday, we're looking at the chance of some severe weather firing up again across southern portions of the state. Now, it looks like within this area in through here, there's a marginal risk. And then kind of once you get south of I-94, is probably where you have the better risk of severe storms. And that's where we're looking at the possibility of some severe hail. Could be larger, given the CAPE values, also some strong damaging winds, and isolated tornado or two could not be completely ruled out with these storms. I think the main threat for these on Thursday will be the hail. Now, those storms will kind of move to the southeast, and we might have a couple of rounds on Thursday night as that front doesn't quite make its way through, and then it allows maybe another chance of some storms to fire up or refire later into the night, Thursday night. I don't think those are really expected too much to be severe at that point. But as you can see through the overnight hours on Thursday night into early Friday morning, just a lot of scattered rain and drizzle and maybe even some fog through the overnight hours in some portions of our region. And precip amounts through Thursday night essentially actually not looking quite as bad across northern parts or across North Dakota and portions of Minnesota. It's looking like, maybe a ½ inch. It's not really looking like a whole lot more than that. There is the possibility, maybe within this corridor here, that if the right thunderstorm kind of develops and moves over, of course, you could pick up a quick inch with the right storm moving overhead. So I just got to keep that in mind. But in general, we're looking at maybe a ½ inch or less for most areas with that exception. And then, of course, down in the southeast where the larger storms are expected to develop, there you're going to be talking over an inch, maybe again 2. If the right storm kind of moves over your area. So probably not quite what people in the western Dakotas want to hear, because I'm sure they're still trying to get as much precip as they can. And probably something else they're not going to want to hear is the possibility of some snow mixed in with the rain Thursday night into early Friday morning, as this low continues to drag in some cold air on the backside of this with northwesterly winds. So in the morning, Friday morning, just maybe some light snow mixed in with the rain across western Dakotas, maybe far northern parts of North Dakota and Minnesota as well. Not really looking at any kind of accumulation, but just, unfortunately, we may see a few flakes fly. And then as we get into Saturday morning, we'll actually probably see some frost and freeze advisories for both Saturday and Sunday across portions of North Dakota and South Dakota, and probably northern parts of Minnesota as well. As you can see, all these temperatures basically below or 35 degrees and below. So I would expect some advisories to come out over the weekends due to these chilly temperatures, these below average temperatures expected into the weekend. So that's what we're looking at for the forecast over the next few days. Unfortunately, it's looking more rain and a little chilly on the back end of this, but I wish I had some better news, but I guess I just don't. So we'll just kind of wrap it up and say sorry. Hit the subscribe button, maybe, please. Hit the thumbs up button, please, even though maybe the forecast isn't the greatest. But that would mean a lot to me. Also, as always, please let me know where you're watching from. It's always kind of interesting to see where people are watching and who's out there. So for Region Weather Live, I am meteorologist Brad Warner, and everybody have a good day.